Security Monitoring Techniques. Welcome, future cybersecurity guardians, to Module 5 of this course. We've journeyed from understanding the Security Operations Center's purpose and its underlying technologies, through the complex cyber threat landscape, and into the crucial realm of incident detection and response. This module is all about sharpening your senses, learning how to effectively watch over your digital environment, and recognizing the subtle cues that signal a potential threat. Let's begin. In the relentless pursuit of robust cybersecurity, effective security monitoring is not merely a task, it is a continuous dynamic process that forms the backbone of any resilient defense posture. It represents the crucial shift from a reactive, fix-it-when-it-breaks mentality to a proactive, see-it-coming-and-prevent-it strategy. For a SOC analyst, mastering various monitoring techniques means cultivating a heightened sense of awareness, akin to a security guard constantly surveying their surroundings for anything out of the ordinary. Learning objectives. By the end of this module, you will be able to 1. Define the core principles for setting up effective security monitoring practices within an organization. 2. Explain how to configure and optimize monitoring tools for accurate threat detection. 3. Describe techniques and tools used for anomalous behavior detection, including the role of machine learning. 4. Outline key strategies and technologies for effective network security monitoring. Effective security monitoring. Effective security monitoring strategies form the very backbone of a resilient cybersecurity posture. To properly establish these practices, you must first understand and prioritize 3 core elements. 1. Visibility. This means having a clear, comprehensive, and unobstructed view of your entire IT environment, from network traffic flowing across segments to application performance, cloud resources, and user activities on every device. Any blind spots are potential havens for attackers. 2. Completeness of data refers to ensuring that no critical data or system within your organization goes unmonitored. Overlooking even minor data sources can create critical security gaps. 3. Timeliness. Crucially, security data must be gathered, analyzed, and alerted upon in real time or near real time. Delayed detection means increased dwell time for attackers, allowing them more opportunities to escalate attacks, exfiltrate data, or cause greater damage. To successfully achieve these elements, it's essential to first define what needs monitoring based on your organization's specific risk profile and compliance requirements. Not all data is equally sensitive, and not all systems are equally critical. Setting up monitoring practices. Once you understand the core elements, the next critical step is configuring your monitoring tools for optimal performance in threat detection. Selecting the right tools is essential, whether you're utilizing a comprehensive SIEM security information and event management system, an intrusion detection system IDs, or specialized endpoint detection tools. However, simply installing these tools isn't enough. You must tailor them to fit your particular environment and risk profile. Key aspects of effective configuration include 1. Setting up log sources. This involves establishing robust connections to gather log data from diverse endpoints. This includes servers, Windows, Linux, network devices, routers, switches, firewalls, security appliances, IDs, IPs, web application firewalls, cloud environments, and applications. Ensure all critical telemetry is being collected and forwarded to your central monitoring system. 2. Defining thresholds and alerts. Just collecting logs isn't enough. You need to tell your tools what to look for and when to raise an alarm. Think of these as your security team's early warning system. Establish clear, actionable criteria for what constitutes suspicious behavior. For instance, too many failed login attempts within a short period, an unusual number of file accesses, or outbound traffic exceeding a specific volume could trigger alerts. These thresholds should be continuously refined to minimize false positives and false negatives. 3. Regular updates and rule tuning. The threat landscape is constantly evolving, and so must your monitoring tools. Effective configuration includes regularly updating your tools with the latest signatures and threat intelligence, and continuously tuning your detection rules. This iterative process adapts to emerging threats and refines the accuracy of your alerts. A real-world example demonstrates this importance. A bank observed a significant increase in fraudulent transactions. By adjusting their monitoring tools to trigger immediate alerts on specific transaction patterns, for example, multiple small transfers to new accounts from a single source, they significantly reduced their fraud rates. This shows that consistent and intelligently configured monitoring of threats ensures you not only react but stay ahead of potential attacks, supporting a proactive rather than a purely reactive security strategy. The value of log analysis. Diving into the profound value of log analysis is a key step in uncovering malicious activities and understanding security events. In the digital world, almost every action generates a record. Every click, network connection, file access, and authentication attempt produces logs that, when properly collected and analyzed, can tell a detailed story of what happened on your systems and network. Imagine yourself as a digital investigator piecing together a complex mystery. The logs provide the crucial clues. Log analysis. These are ubiquitous records that contain invaluable forensic information about the following. 1. Who accessed data? User IDs, source IPs. 2. When did it happen? Timestamps. 3. What actions were performed? File modifications, command executions, and authentication attempts. 4. From where did the activity originate? Source IP addresses and geographical locations. 5. What was the nature of those interactions? Success, failure, protocol used. By diligently analyzing these logs, you can spot unusual patterns or activities that deviate from the norm and indicate potential malicious intent. For instance, if a user typically logs in from their office IP address during business hours but suddenly accesses sensitive data from an unfamiliar external location at odd hours, this could clearly signal a compromised account or insider threat. Recognizing such anomalies early can empower you to take swift action, potentially preventing a full-blown cyber breach before it escalates. Basic steps in log analysis. Log analysis involves collecting diverse logs, cleaning and converting them into a structured form for consistency. Key steps then include correlating events to identify patterns, analyzing for anomalies, and finally alerting or reporting suspicious activity. Primary tools for log analysis are SIEM platforms like Splunk, IBM Cradar, or Microsoft Sentinel, and open-source solutions like the Elk Stack, Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana, and so on. Differentiating behavior in logs. Understanding how to differentiate between normal and abnormal logs is absolutely essential for effective log analysis. This is where the art and science of a SOC analyst truly come into play. 1. Normal logs generally follow predictable patterns based on legitimate user behavior, routine application interactions, and expected system events. For example, a finance department employee accessing invoices from their workstation during standard work hours will generate consistent, predictable log entries. These patterns form your baseline. 2. Abnormal logs exhibit deviations from this established normal pattern. These deviations are your red flags. Consider a scenario where there's a sudden surge of access requests to a critical database from a wide range of IP addresses, all occurring outside of regular business hours. This unexpected spike, combined with unusual source IPs, may strongly suggest an automated attack like a credential stuffing attempt or unauthorized attempts to breach the system. Developing a keen eye for these differences and understanding what constitutes normal for your specific environment and users is crucial for accurate threat detection. This often requires deep knowledge of your organization's business processes and user habits. Crucially, utilizing tools like SIEM systems significantly helps automate the detection of such anomalies. SIEMs are designed to ingest massive volumes of logs, apply correlation rules, and use machine learning to identify deviations from baselines, ensuring that you are alerted promptly when something unusual occurs. Finally, fostering collaboration with your team to continuously refine and share insights on these logs can enhance everyone's understanding of evolving normal behaviors and attack patterns. This collective knowledge builds a stronger, more adaptive security culture within your organization. Anomaly detection techniques. Detecting anomalies is a critical task in identifying potential security threats, especially in a Security Operations Center (SOC) environment. When you can spot these unusual patterns, behaviors that deviate significantly from the norm, you're often able to prevent breaches before they escalate or even before they fully manifest. For instance, consider a scenario where a user, who typically accesses files only between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. on weekdays, suddenly begins to access highly sensitive data at 2 a.m. on a Sunday morning. This clear deviation is an immediate red flag. Various techniques are employed to highlight this unusual behavior. 1. Statistical analysis. This involves establishing baseline behaviors by collecting and analyzing historical data. Once a baseline is set, statistical models can quickly catch deviations from these norms. For example, if the average number of failed logins is 5 per hour, and suddenly you see 500, statistical analysis will have to flag it. 2. Clustering. This technique involves grouping data points that are similar to each other. By clustering user activities or network traffic, you can identify outliers, data points that don't fit into any established cluster, which may indicate unusual or malicious behavior. 3. Correlation. While often associated with SIEM, correlation is a core anomaly detection technique. It links seemingly unrelated events that, when viewed together, might indicate a coordinated attack. For example, a failed VPN login followed by a successful internal RDP connection from an unusual IP, and then large file transfers, might be correlated to indicate a breach.